Hey Clear Lake peeps, Ross England here with Clear Lake Guide Service with a fishing report, or let's call it a lake report. Today is October 11th, 2024. As you can see behind me, pretty nice day out here, although there's some weather changes coming. Supposedly we've got a chance of getting a little bit of rain late tonight, early tomorrow morning. Not much to really do any good, and then there's another day next week where it looks like we may have the same thing happen, although it's kind of upgraded a little bit. So a little different weather. It's definitely fall. The mornings are cool, afternoons are nice. Lake level, I checked it yesterday, it was 2.10, and it's only come down 1/10 of a foot in the past week. So the lake dropping has really slowed down. I mean, that's around an inch that has come down over this past week, so not much at all. Launch ramps, as far as I know, nobody's having any issues with them, other than there's still some slippery ones around. You got to kind of be a little bit careful. I've already documented 5th Street and 3rd Street are both a little on the slippery side if you get down too deep in the water. I launched at the state park today and didn't have any problems there at all. Doesn't mean someone else hasn't, but I didn't. So water clarity, I've been out a very short window today, and what I've seen down here mid-lake area, it actually is pretty nice. Not very clear, but I don't see a whole lot of algae floating around on the surface. The color looks right. It looks like kind of a, light greenish, slight tinge of brown, but not much. Clearest that I saw today was maybe 1.5 feet that I could see. For the most part, it looked like it was about 1 foot. There's some areas that, the water looks good up on top, but when you're running your trolling motor, you can see that what's left behind you is a little brown streak of stirred up algae that's come up from the bottom or from down below. So especially, I know, on the upper end up here. But as far as just finding water that looks good enough to fish, I haven't been anywhere that I thought, ooh, that looks nasty. Water temperature, mornings, we're just going to call it 69 to 70 depending on where you are. And when I turned off my graph just a bit ago before I started this, it was up to 72. So I'm going to say the window is probably more than likely between 70 and 73, somewhere in that range. If we get a warmer afternoon, it's going to be a little bit warmer. The nights have been cooler, so the mornings, the lake temperature is going to drop down to where it's going to be hanging out in the high 60s here pretty soon. So, okay. Lake level, temperature, clarity. That's pretty much it. Not a whole lot else to report. Jim and I got out one day last week and had a decent day. And I've been out for, a short period of time today, and I'm not going to complain. Had a lot of stuff going on, and just easy to get out for about 3.5 hours and caught a couple of 4-pound plus fish. All of my fish were shallow. There's some boats. Oh, I know what else I forgot to talk about. Upcoming events. For all intents and purposes, the big tournament season is now over. There is an event that's running today that's, I believe, associated with Stanislaus County, or at least that's what the permit's pulled for. And then next Friday, there's another permit of the same nature from another county. But this weekend and next weekend, Saturday, Sunday, I don't see any tournaments on the schedule. So the following weekend, there's a New Gen scheduled. It's a 2-day event. Not sure whether it's a team or a pro-am, but that's pretty much going to be all the tournament activity. So congratulations, you've survived it. And that's not to say that there won't be some small team tournaments or things like that popping up, but for the most part, the late summer, early fall tournament season on Clear Lake is just about done. So the good news is there's been some really, like we talked before, there's been some really good weights weighed in and some really good fish. I mean, there's a pretty good class of fish in the lake right now, between 3.5 and 4.5 pounds. So if you can get 4-5 bites, you've got a really legitimate shot at getting 20 pounds plus. I just dinked around today doing different stuff, and my two best fish were 4.5 pounders. You know, if I'd have spent more time, I might have been able to have gotten those other 3 fish, or if I'd have gotten out earlier, I might have been able to have gotten an extra one. But like I said, it wasn't my priority today. I just came out goofing off, and if I'd have caught an 8-inch fish, I'd have been happy. So I'm happy. This is my happy face. So we'll see. I'll do my best. I don't know how well I'm going to be able to keep up with these reports during the winter. We'll just see. There's a lot of stuff going on. We'll see what happens. So wish y'all a lot of luck. Hopefully you can get out here and enjoy some really good weather and get into some good fish. They're definitely out here. I mean, there's been some really nice fish being caught. You can see it in the tournaments. Not like it's easy. You know, some of those guys that are having big weights are commenting that, you know, they only get 5, 6, 7 bites. And then somebody else has got 20. So who knows? That's kind of fall fishing here, but at least I think it's gonna be a good fall. So let's hope for the best. We'll see you next time, whenever that is.